Hey, welcome to my first Inscryption Kaycee's Mod live stream. My name is Peter, and I'm a little bit new to live streaming, so this is my first attempt to actually live stream and what I wanted to do, or live stream a game, that is. And what I thought would be fun is to live stream me playing different runs of Kaycee's mod from Inscryption. If you're watching this, you probably know what Inscryption is, but just in case you don't, Inscryption, from the Wikipedia entry, it's a roguelike deck building game developed by Daniel Mullins Games and published by Devolver Digital. There's a campaign for Inscryption, which is pretty cool and a lot of fun, and I played some of that last year. And they recently released a modification of the game that allows you to play the first part of the game in different runs. So you're playing a card game against a dark and demented opponent, and the goal is to defeat that opponent. And with each run that you defeat all of the opponents, there's 3 different opponents that you beat, and then there's a final boss that you have to beat, and that's completing a run. And every time you complete a run, you move up a level and you unlock new cards, and you have new enhancements and new challenges that you have to beat. So what I thought would be fun would be to start Kaycee's mod from the beginning, from the first round, and do a video for each run. So what I'm going to try to do today is to play through the first round run and keep streaming until I beat the first round, and we'll see how long that takes. It's there's a lot of chance and luck involved with Inscryption, but also quite a bit of skill, and I think it's a lot of fun. So thanks for joining me on this inaugural run, and let's see how it goes. So you can see I'm playing Kaycee's mod, and right now I'm at level 1, so this is a brand new run. And when you first start your first run, you're given some different options of how you can make that run more challenging. So I need to achieve 5 challenge points to get beyond challenge level 1. And I can choose which of my handicaps I want to invoke to try to gain those points. So I'm going to start with no clover. And as we go through, I'll kind of explain the different mechanics and different things about how this works, and what the different cards are, and what the different parts of the board are. No clover, basically the clover is an unlocked feature that allows you, when you're selecting cards during the game, if you don't like the cards you are given to choose from, you can click on a 4-leaf clover and you'll get a new selection. So if I choose this, that removes that from this run. And if I beat this run with that handicap, then I will achieve my 5 challenge points and I can go on. So let's start this run. At the beginning of each run, you are given a starter deck, and these are the 5 cards that you start with. And just to talk about the cards for a second, what is on these cards? They are different attributes. They're all animal based. There's different animal classes, and we'll go through that. But these 2 cards here are pelts, and basically they are. In a minute, I'm going to show you how I'm going to trade these pelts for more animal cards. The pelts are, you can use them in the game as kind of defense cards. You can see they each have 1 heart assigned to them, which means they basically can be hit 1 time by another creature before they disappear. The more hearts, all of the cards have a heart value, and that means that's how many times that card can be struck before it disappears from play. So the pelts themselves are really just kind of like shields. You can use them when you're playing, and you can prevent taking damage as the player from your opponent. The 3 animal cards that I'm starting with are the stoat, the bullfrog, and the wolf. And you can see they all have heart values as well. So they all have a heart value of 2, or a health value. They also have a blood value. So this little drop of blood up in the right-hand corner, that is how many sacrifices you need to make on the playboard to play this card. So I'll show you that in a second when we get to our first player match. But you have to make a sacrifice in order to pull this card from your hand. And the stoat and the frog both demand 1 blood sacrifice, and the wolf requires 2 sacrifices before you can play that card. And the reason that the wolf requires more blood is because it's stronger. So the thing down here in the bottom left corner is the attack strength of each card. So the wolf, every round that is played, can inflict 3 damage on whatever card is opposing it, whereas the frog and the stoat only inflict 1. So the other thing that differentiates the bullfrog and the stoat, you can see they match up in almost every other way. Their damage, their health, and their blood. But you can see the bullfrog has this little symbol next to it. And you see when I hover over that symbol, I get a little book. This is called a sigil. And a sigil basically gives this card a special ability. If I right-click on that, the book comes up and tells me what that sigil does. It says, this is the Mighty Leap sigil. A card bearing this sigil will block an opposing creature bearing the airborne sigil. So I don't have any birds in my deck right now, but there are birds that you can play, and birds are considered airborne creatures. And if an airborne creature attacks me, they will not deal damage to the card in front of them, but they'll deal damage to me as the player. And that'll make more sense in a second, but keep an eye out for sigils, because as we go through the game, different cards will have different sigil abilities and the ability to actually add sigils to cards that you already have in your hand. So that's pretty much the overview of my starter deck. If I scroll down, I see my first map. Each run of Kaycee's mod is comprised of 4 maps. The first map, at the end of each map, there's a boss character, and then you go on to the next map, and you keep building your deck as you go through the 4 maps. And the final map, the 4th map, is the kind of final boss, and that's the end of each run. I could die anywhere along the way, and if I do, then that run is over. But if I make it all the way through the end of the 4th map, then I will have completed that run, and I will have unlocked some special abilities. So here we go. This is my little character down here. I basically, when I click up on the map, I go to the first space, and pretty much at the beginning of every run, you are asked to trade your pelts that you start out with for other cards. So you always start with 2 rabbit pelts unless you've made some other changes, or if you abort a run midway, you can start with fewer pelts. But I'm starting with 2 pelts, and that's going to let me trade those pelts for 2 other animal cards. Off the bat, I can already tell you that I really like the cat card. The sigil here on the cat is the Many Lives sigil. So I mentioned before that in order to play cards, you have to sacrifice other cards for the blood droplets to be able to play those cards. The Many Lives sigil, which is a knife through this infinity sign, means that I can sacrifice that card, but the cat doesn't die, and that's unique. When you see other cards, when I start playing my first opponent match, you'll see that when you play a squirrel and you sacrifice the squirrel dies. But if I sacrifice the cat still stays, so I can sacrifice him many times. So that's a pretty powerful card. So I'm going to take that. And then I am also going to choose the Wolf Cub. That is a good card to get because it does a couple of things. It only costs 1 blood, which means early on in the run it's easier to play. And after this card is on the board for 1 turn, and I'll highlight that, a card bearing this sigil will grow into a more powerful form after 1 turn on the board. So the Wolf Cub, I can play it for 1 blood as opposed to a full wolf, which requires 2. And then this will turn into a wolf if it doesn't get killed after 1 turn on the board. So I'm going to take the Wolf Cub and the cat, and then that's the end of this interaction with this space. So now I have a choice. I can go to the right or to the left. I'm going to go to the right, to this woodcarver space. This is the pack space, which would give me more supplies that I can use during my battles. But when you first start out, you have full supplies. So going here would not give me any more supplies, but it would give me a special pack rat card. The pack rat's not terrible, but I don't need it right now, so I'm going to go to the woodcarver. And here I am at the woodcarver. And every time you stop at the woodcarver, you get half of a totem. And when you put the two halves of a totem together, you get special powers when you play the game. So right now I'm only going to get a half a totem, and I'll have to find another woodcarver to finish that totem. And I have 3 options. Every totem has a bottom half and a top half. Here I'm given the option for this one bottom half, which is the B bottom half totem. And basically, if I use this totem, every time one of my cards is struck that has the top half, corresponding top half, a B would be played. Bs are pretty cool, and I like them. So I am going to choose this bottom half as opposed to one of these 2 top halves. These are the elk creatures, these are the wolf creatures, but I'm going to just stick with that for now. And that's the end of my encounter with the woodcarver. I'll talk more about that when I find another woodcarver. But here I am going to my first battle. And here is me playing against Leshy, who's my blinking, mysterious opponent. He puts on different masks throughout the game to scare the bejesus out of you and do different things in terms of his attack. Some things to look at here on the board. I've got my 2 candles up here, which are my lives essentially for the run. I can screw up once and then this candle will go out, but if you screw up again, then that's the end of your run. So you have 2 lives up here in the form of the candle. I have 3 items that I can use throughout the course of my run. The squirrel and a bottle, which squirrels are how you make sacrifices to play other cards. I have the pliers, which I almost always use right away because they are of minimal benefit and they take up one of my slots. I can carry 3 things at a time. And then the hook, this I can only use once per run, and you'll never get another one once you use it, but it's pretty powerful. It lets you claim a card from your opponent. So I'm going to use the pliers. It's pretty gross. You actually pull one of your own teeth out. You drop your teeth over here on the scale. The scale is what determines, basically keeps score between me and Leshy in this game. And what I want to do is essentially get 7 teeth on his side of the scale, which means I will win this match. If he wins, if I put my teeth over here and he gets 7 teeth from me, then he will win. The bell is how I indicate I'm done with my turn. So right now it's my turn. I can zoom into the board a little bit. There's 4 rows and 3 rows and 4 columns. He has played a sparrow and a kingfisher, and those are about to come into play. And on the next turn, those will move from his starter row into the middle row. And my row here is where I play my cards. And I talked before about those airborne cards. Both of these are airborne since they're birds. So if I put a card in front of them, they're going to not attack the card in front of them, but they're going to attack me and extract teeth from my head that go on the scale. So a smart thing to do here would be to... here's my hand. I've got 4 cards from my deck. The rest of my deck is down here, and there are squirrel cards over here. But there are 4 cards here that I start with. So I'm going to first lay a squirrel, which is what you sacrifice. It has 0 attack, 1 health, and no blood. So squirrels don't cost any blood. You just get them from a pile. And I have a squirrel in a bottle over here, but I'm going to save that. So I'm going to put down the squirrel. Then I'm going to put down my cat, and the cat needs to kill the squirrel in order to be played. So I sacrifice the squirrel, and that allows me to play the cat. And now the cat has infinite lives. So it's like a squirrel, and I put it in a column with nothing coming at it because it can get killed by your opponent. But right now, I'm going to have it for a couple of turns. And then I'm going to play the bullfrog. I'm going to sacrifice the cat, but it stays there. And then I am going to put the bullfrog in front of one of the birds. And then I ring the bell to say it's the end of my turn. And my bullfrog attacks once, and then the birds attack twice. But the bullfrog absorbed the blow from this bird, and then the other bird hit me for 1 tooth. So now it's my draw turn. The first round is over, and now I get to either draw another squirrel card or another of my animal cards. I'm going to take a squirrel and not one of my other animal cards, because now that I have the squirrel and the cat, I can play the wolf, because I can sacrifice that squirrel and I can sacrifice the cat, but the cat's still there, and now I can play the wolf. So here we go. Now the wolf killed that bird, but the kingfisher, because he has this little whale sigil, he turns around at the end of the turn, and avoids the blow from the bullfrog. And he actually killed my bullfrog. So the bullfrog's dead. But I'm not worried about this round, because my wolf is going to do 3 damage, and I'm pretty much assured to win this round, unless I do something really stupid. And I did. So that's the end of... I beat the first skull opponent, and now I have some more things to play with in terms of getting more cards and leveling up those cards. So here I am with my first chance to pick a new animal card. And of these 3, this little mushroom means you've already got one of these in your hand. I've already got a bullfrog. I don't have a kingfisher, and I don't have an ant queen. And you can see they cost different things, and they have different sigils. I'm going to go with the ant queen. I really like the insect class a lot. So I'll explain more as we get deeper into the run why I like the insects. And now here I am at the fire. The fire space allows me to lay down one of my cards for either 1 or 2 rounds, and it'll get stronger. But if I tempt fate, it always gives you 1 power up the first time around. And I'm going to lay down... I'm actually going to put down... Well, here's a strategy that I have, which is I've developed after overplaying this. I'm going to put the stoat down, and the stoat has 1 power. And when I hit the plus button, now the stoat's going to have 2 power. And I have a chance to lay it there again and hit that plus button again. But there's a chance that if I do that, the stoat will burn up and these villagers will eat him. Or it might not happen. It's probably a 50-50 chance. I don't know what the odds are really. But if I burn up this card, then it's out of my hand. If I leave him there too long, I could lose him. But I'm going to hit the chance again, and he didn't burn up. He actually gained another power point. And now I don't have a chance to do it again. That's the end of this turn. But there's always a chance that if you get too greedy, your card will burn up. But it didn't happen this time, and now my stoat went from a 1 power to a 3 power. So that's pretty good. But you can see that my stoat actually wasn't dealt to me, so I will have to draw for him to get him back. And we're looking at the opponent. He's got a worker ant and a ringworm. I have a feeling he's probably going to put more ants down. So the ringworm is pretty harmless, but what I'm going to do... The ant has 2 health, so I can't kill that right away with the things I have on the board. So that's going to... First I'm going to play the squirrel. Then I'm going to play the cat. Then I'm going to do my wolf cub, and I'm going to use him to kill the ringworm. And then I'm going to do the frog to deal the... Because the worker ant will not kill my frog. And now I'm going to draw... I know I have the wolf, but I can't play the wolf because I only have 1 cat to sacrifice. So I'm going to ring the bell. Now my frog is dead. But here we go. Now I can play the wolf. So let's kill that ant. And then get 3 teeth. And now end that turn. Okay, and there's the end of the round. I killed him brutally. I'm going to pick another card. Oh, the mantis. I do like the mantis. So the mantis costs 1 blood and he attacks twice. So Again, I really like the bugs in this game. Now, depending on what I choose here, these two skulls, I won't be able to go to both of them, but this will be a slightly easier battle than this one over here. This one over here will be a totem battle, which I probably will win. But I am going to go to the left because I wanna finish off my woodcarver totem. So just a reminder, I picked up the B bottom. Oh, this is a tough choice. This is a tough choice. Okay, I like the insect head, and if I got that, I could create bees. But there's a really good bottom totem here, which is the Unkillable Totem. So when a card bearing this sigil perishes, a copy is created in your hand. That's too good to turn up. So I'm going to, even though I can't complete a totem, I'm going to take the Unkillable Totem and hope that I get an insect head later down the line. Okay. Here we are for another battle. Let's see what happens. I've got another ringworm and another ant. So my stoat is pretty powerful, remember? So playing him is a good bet to kill that ant. So I'm going to put the stoat in the column for the ant. And I'll survive this round. Then I will get the squirrel. And I'll play the mantis. Where do I want to put the mantis? I want to put it here. Kills that ant, does damage, and that's the end of the game. That's the end of the challenge there. So now, let's go this way. And I'm given 3 more options for cards. I'm going to choose the possum because I haven't yet put any hands in my card that can come from bones. Bones, every time one of your card dies, you collect bone coins. And so some creatures can be played for bones instead of blood. So the possum's a good one to have because I don't have any bone cards yet. Here I am again at the woodcarver. Let's see what heads... good. So she gave me an insect head. So now I'm going to do the Unkillable Insect. This is a really good totem. This will, when my ants or my mantis die, they'll come back into my hand, which is really pretty powerful. Okay, here we are. I have a different type of power-up now. I have a health power-up instead of the power-up at this fire. I'm probably only going to... you know what? I'm going to power up my mantis. And my mantis is too valuable to me to risk burning him up. So I'm not going to hit the plus button again. I'm going to take him back. And now I'm playing my first boss. So this is the end of map 1. Oh, it took out one of my candles. That's okay. That's normal. It means I didn't screw up before I got to the boss. So it actually gives me a bonus when I'm playing the boss. It gives me a smoke bonus. And now the first boss that I'm going to be playing is the Fisherman the Angler. Leshy puts on a mask. I am the angler. Go fish. I'll explain a little bit about what this guy can do. You can see he's got a hook, just like my hook. And at certain points in the game, he'll threaten to steal some of my cards. But there's usually a pretty predictable way to avoid that from happening or give him things that aren't valuable. You can see he's got 2 candles. I've got 1 candle. So I have to beat him in 2 rounds, but he only has to beat me once for this to be the end of my run. But hopefully that won't happen. So here's the kingfisher. He's put down a bird. I've got basically the smoke that came from my still lit candle. That's like a squirrel with bones. It's a free card to play, and I can sacrifice it. But it means I basically get the option to play 2 things here. So one of the things about when you're playing the angler, you don't want to put too many cards down because every space that you have filled up in your row at the end of the round turns into a shark in round 2. And that's something you kind of learn the hard way, but sharks are really nasty. They attack 4, and so you want as few sharks as possible. So the name of the game here is to beat him in round 1 with as few cards as you possibly can. So I am going to I'm going to put the frog down, because the frog will help defend me against the kingfisher. But I'm probably not going to play my cat if I can help it, because I'll save that for round 2. So now you'll see he's threatening to take that card, which I probably should have played the smoke instead of the squirrel. That was a mistake on my part to get the frog, but that's okay. So I'm going to take a squirrel, and because I know the angler is looking to get something, he'll always take the last card you put down. So if I put down a squirrel and then end my turn, I can still do damage with the frog, although the frog's dead now, but then he'll claw the squirrel back. But now he's taken a card that can't attack me, but it also blocks this column, so that's a good thing for me. I'm going to take, I get the Ant Queen, and because of my sigil, the Ant Queen is now unkillable, which is really powerful. I'm going to play the possum for bones. You can see I have 2 bone coins over here, because my frog died and my squirrel died, so that's why I have 2. I'm going to play the possum so that I can do another hit on this guy. There we go. Now I'm winning still. I'm going to take a squirrel that I can sacrifice, because he's coming to hook something. So end my turn. I'm still doing pretty well. What I'm looking for is to build up my deck. So I'm still doing pretty well. There's the mantis. Now what I really want to do is I'm going to need to attack with something stronger so that we're not just going back and forth. So I'm going to do one more there. I'm going to let him take the possum. And now I'm going to play the stoat. Oh, well, yeah, first I have to take another card. So the stoat will kill the possum. And I have to sacrifice another squirrel. All right. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Okay, so that's all right. So now that's the end of round 1. He's going to put down 2 buckets, which will turn into 2 sharks. That's not great, but it's okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play my Ant Queen. What am I going to play here? I have to get rid of these 2 so that the sharks don't attack me. So, yeah, let's just get rid of those 2 first. Put the Ant Queen down. The Ant Queen gives me an ant, which is great. And now I'll play the smoke and the ant. The more ants you have, the more powerful your total ants get, like a swarm. So now I'm attacking for 4. He's got another 1 up there, but this is going to be the end of the round, and I have 1. There's more teeth. Okay, so I beat the first map. My candles get relit, and at the end of this map, now I get the chance to pick a rare card to add to my deck, which is fun. The larva, the douse, and the mantis god. This is an easy choice for me. Just like I like the mantis, I love the mantis god. He strikes in 3 directions, and he's a bug, so he's unkillable with my totem, which is very cool. Okay, so here we go. Now it's time for map 2. Probably going to focus a little bit more on playing and a little less on talking in this map, but let's see, which direction do I want to go? This is going to be the woodlands. I think this is the trapper map. Let's see. I think I have. Okay, I'm going to go to the pack because I really like my totem. And the bloodhound is pretty good. The elk is also pretty good. The bloodhound, this guy, he'll jump in to defend a space. So let's do the bloodhound. I like that. Then I'll go to the packer. I have one space open because I still have my hook and my squirrel. The knife, I have the pliers, and the black goat. The black goat is a pretty interesting card. When you sacrifice it, it gives you 3 blood instead of 1. But the knife is hard to pass up. The knife will let me kill a card and turn it into a pelt, which is nice. Okay, so here's my next battle. Got some obstacles on the board. Got both of my mantises, my manti. I've got some strong opponents here. The porcupine bites back when you attack it, so I have to think about that. And then the coyote, he'll come down and he'll hit the stump, but he takes 2 damage, but he only has 1 life. So I don't want to put anything too weak next to the porcupine. So let's see. Well, but you know what? My bugs are unkillable, so I'm going to play the mantis god. And that's going to give me 2. Then the porcupine's going to kill him, but he comes back in my card, which is nice. He comes back in my hand. So I need another squirrel. And we'll do the mantis god again. And he's dead, but he did some damage. Now if I do the mantis god yet again, now I should clear this row. Oh, I cleared that guy. Okay, that was a bit of a mistake, but it's okay. I think this is still salvageable. The mantis god just keeps on coming back. Now he won't die. Okay. Okay. That was not my greatest play. I screwed up, lost a candle. It's okay. Keep going. Live and learn. I won't end the run unless I do that again before I get to the boss. This is a trial, and you basically have to. It's like a bet that you'll pick 3 cards, and they have to either have 6 hearts, 5 bones, or 4 blood. The 4 blood I might be able to pass. So let's see, 2 there, 1 there, and 1 there. Yeah, that equals 4. 4 or greater, and I win, which means I get to pick a rare card. I'm gonna do the alpha. Yeah, the alpha's the one I like the best here. All right, so can't screw up again, or else the run is done. Here I am at a fire. Let's give my cat some health. That's good. I like my cat card, but I'm not going to risk losing that because he's very valuable. So I'm going to keep him back, and then I'll go over here to the next match. Alright, so I might have to use some items to not screw this one up. I have a wolf cub coming up. My stoat is pretty powerful. So we're going to put my stoat against my wolf cub. So he'll hit me once, but that's okay. He's going to die from that wolf. So, and this guy's going to block the bullfrog. But now I can play the possum. So. Oh, good, I killed the wolf. Okay, so I'm doing okay. There's my ant queen. I think this will end the turn. Oh no, it won't. But now it will. Okay, yeah, I'm good. I don't even need to play that. Let's see. Okay. Now I get to pick my cards. I don't need another cat, but sometimes it can be helpful to merge your cats. I'm going to pick another cat. That might have been a mistake, but if I come up to a mushroom, then alright, now I get to duplicate a card on this one. This little bottle of goo will duplicate a card for me. Let's see. I'm going to have him copy... the Mantis God is tempting. The Stoat is tempting. But let's do the Alpha. I don't have a lot with bones, and there's some good sigils on there, so... Let's see, he copied it. Oh, it's an Alpha with no strength, so not the greatest card, but it does have some defensive benefits, so it's okay. All right, here we go to my next battle. Let's have my Ant Queen. I have my crappy Alpha, my Possum. Let's see. He's gonna hit the boulder. I could probably wait. Or... Well, you know what? I'm going to use my squirrel in a bottle. Why chance it? Let's do the Ant Queen. Let's do that here. And then on my next play... I will play the other ant. There's no point in pitting the possum against the tree. My Mantis God. Okay, now that would be a good place to play the Mantis God. That should be the end. Yep. Nicely done. Yeah, I'll go up to the fires. 1, 2 blood, 3 blood, or bones. Let's do bones. The turkey vulture. Very expensive bone creature, but very strong. Let's go up to the fire. This is a heart fire. Let's give our Mantis God some more health. That's good. Not gonna risk him, so I'll take him back because there's another fire right behind him. There we go. And another health fire. So I could double down on that. Or I could give it to my Stoat. Let's give it to the Stoat. Spread the wealth. I like to power up my 1 blood cards because they are easy to play. Okay. Now here we are with the Prospector. I thought maybe this was the Trapper, but it's a Prospector. Prospector's got some tricks up his sleeve. Again, you don't want to play too many cards because they'll turn into gold rocks, so you'll lose them in this game. But I do want to get something. I'm not really interested in getting the mule. because I have a lot of good cards, but if I got it, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to play the Mantis God. This might end the turn pretty quickly. We'll see. Doesn't end it in one, but because I gave the Mantis God more health, he doesn't die right away, which is good. My Ant Queen kills that guy. And here's the Wolf Cub who will kill the Mantis, but the Mantis comes back. That's good. I can actually play him again. And that's the end of the round one. My Mantis Queen will get goldified, but he will come back, which is nice. So now I only have 2 spots that I can play in. Still haven't killed that guy. Let's go back to the Mantis Queen. Mantis God, rather. Badonk, badonk, badonk. Dog will kill that. How am I on bones? Oh yeah, I can play the Turkey Vulture. Or the Alpha. Oh, the Alpha would be good. Power up the Mantis. And that's the end of the game. And I didn't get the Mule Pack, so that's okay. I'm actually okay with that. Because sometimes when you get into your 3rd map, you don't want too many cards, because there can be garbage. So, Mole Man. Ooh, the Gek. You know, the Gek is interesting for sacrificing purposes. If you do it right. Let's see. Three sigils, kin, or 4 blood. I think I can probably do 3 sigils, but let's see. Yep, there's 3 already. Oh, there's 6. Okay. Good. So I've passed. Now I get a rare card. Oh, wow. A black goat. Yeah, that's pretty powerful. A black goat that doesn't perish and comes back when killed and gives you 3 blood. So that is a very good card to have. The fan or bones. Let's do the bones. Let's go over here, make it a little easier. Okay. I'm gonna do the squirrel to the cat, and then the stoat. The elk shouldn't be able to move. And then I'll get the wolf. Raven. Ah, okay. So this will be the end of the game, this match, because I got a lot of damage there, a lot of teeth. There's a way to spend the teeth, which if I come upon one of the little traps, I'll show you. Let's do this away. Let's do the corpse maggot. I do like bugs. We'll see if we can improve our totem, although I really like what I have. Unkillable bugs are good. But evolutionary bugs would be fun. I'm going to stick with unkillable bugs. And here we are. Let's see. hold on for 1 second. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, I accidentally didn't mean to do that. I just had to check the stream for a second. I've got 2 elk fawns. Got my mantis. Yeah, let's do that. And since I did all those bones, we'll put the possum out there too. Ah, it's the regular mantis. Okay. Ooh, I've got some elks. Okay, I got some. Oof, that's painful. Alright, mantis god. Oh, shouldn't have put him there. That was stupid. Okay. Learn from your mistakes. And got lucky there. Okay. How's my pack? Oh yeah, I used my bones, so that's good. I can go this away. Let's see what we get. 3 sigils, 5 bones, 4 blood. Let's do the 3 sigils because I've got some good cards. Yep. Alright, I'll get another rare card here. Huh. Well, sure. Let's do the Rattler. I won't go up to the pack. We'll get maybe a frozen opossum. Not my favorites, but we'll do the defensive one. Here we are again. Okay. What are we looking at? Elk fawns again. So I'm going to use my defensive one there. I will use my... where can I put the cat that he won't get killed? He's going to get hit there. He's going to get hit there. He's going to get hit there. So I'm not going to put the cat down yet. Can't play the alpha yet. Might have to use some of my... might have to use my knife or my other one, not sure yet. Wolf will die. Yeah, what's my deal here? That's pretty powerful stuff happening over there. So, yeah, I'm going to have to claw the elk. And that's all I can do. Okay. Oh, now I can play that. Okay. Ah, that was a mistake. Okay. Should have picked a squirrel. For sure. Well, okay. Now I can kill that. Yeah, it's kind of a sloppy hand, but I'll take the win. Yeah, I got a little distracted there. I'll be honest with you. Okay. I don't really like any of those, but I will take the grizzly because I do have. Let's see. I need supplies. Do the possum and do the squirrel. Okay, almost at the third boss. Now I have to sacrifice something. I'll sacrifice the weak cat. Give it to the stoat. That's pretty good. Okay. Now. Ooh. I don't know how long my face has not been there. Sorry about that. My phone went to sleep. Okay. Here we are playing the Trapper. The Trapper, there's some strategy involved with him as well. You're going to basically be sacrificing a lot of cards to get pelts. So let's think about this. We'll put a possum down in front of that guy. Take the squirrel. And let's see. Let's get the mantis. It'll hit, take those down. And then that's it for now. Take a squirrel. And we'll put the dog out. Oh, there goes the dog. Bye, dog. Hello, maggots. Okay. That's pretty good. Mantis comes back. I need something. I need more creatures. Okay. Well, the Mantis God. Alright, he's only doing one. Sure. Oh, that might be the end of the round. Nope, not quite. No, the Mantis is tricky as a tricky play. Do the Vulture there. That's good. I get a pelt. And that's the end. Okay, that was pretty good. 4 pelts. Now I get to take some of his cards. Definitely want to... okay. He's got a lot of strong guys. Take that wolf. Take that grizzly. Take that shark. Take that... take that moose buck. Yeah. Okay. Yes, of course you would have chosen differently. I need a squirrel. I think. If I want to play anything. Play the wolf. We'll play the mantis. Okay. Let's see. Play the wolf. And yeah, bring the maggots back. There we go. That's pretty good. Corpse maggots are back. It's only a matter of time before I win. There we go. All right. So now we have beat the trapper. My lights are back. Now we're on to the final form of Leshy in the last map. I already have a Gek. Yeah, let's do a Mole Man. He's defensive. We will see. Now, this is kind of a crapshoot. This might go well. This might not go well. We will see if this is good enough for me to refill my pack items. Oh, scissors are very good. Squirrel is very good. Okay. Here we go. The final battle in this run. It's been a good run. Thank you for coming with me. This may be fun or it might be terrible. We'll see. A lot of random things can happen in the last battle. He basically combines all of the previous bosses, and it's a little hard to tell what's going to happen. I got some good cards out of the gate. I'm going to use my items because there's never going to be a better time to use them. Let's get rid of the Mole Man. And let's Mantis God this bitch. Sorry. And yeah, that's all I'm going to do for now. Mantis got it again. One candle down. Stump. Okay. Death cards. So I'll do Wolf Cub here because he doesn't have an attack. And we'll do a Stoat over here. Oh yeah. I forgot I empowered the Stoat in that way. Okay, candle 2. Alright. Well, that's looking pretty good. And now the moon. So, this is the third. He always plays the moon third. And the moon has 40 health. So, I'm gonna, that's really handy. So, let's, it's down to 26. And he didn't kill anything of mine. Down to 12. Still didn't kill anything. Let's put the Ant Queen in there. And the ant. Thank you, Mr. Stoat. So close. Okay. And we'll get the Mantis God back in there. So, that was a pretty good run. I destroyed the moon. Now it's time to finish Leshy. And that'll do it. And there we go. That's one successful run of Kaycee's mod for Inscryption. Here are my stats. 15 misplays. So, always room to improve. But, yeah, I successfully did that run. It gives me a piece of lore that I can read. There's a story component to the mod, to Kaycee's mod. I've unlocked some new cards, a Wild Bull, which I can play in my next run, or a Cuckoo. I'll talk more about those in my next video. I'm not crazy about the Cuckoo. The Bull is pretty good. And the challenge, new challenge is unlocked. So I can, when I play my next run, can get more points to keep going on the next challenge. Boss totems, all of the boss battles are totem battles. That's a pretty good one. All right, and you can see down here, now I'm on run number 2, but I'm going to end my video. Thank you so much for watching this stream. This was fun. I didn't know if I would get it, beat that run on the first try, but I did. Many times I don't, so that made for a good video, I think, and I will see you guys next time when we do run